Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today, we're going to talk about some of the trades of the day. Or this is late Tuesday night, so we just had the Golden Tate, Demaryius Thomas, some other deals like that. We're going to go over that. We'll go over some listener questions we have. We're also very distracted right now, extremely distracted right now, Jeff. So in our league, our main league, we've talked about, if you listen to the show, you've heard us talk about this. We're in one main league together. And I know most leagues have their trade deadlines a little bit further out. We keep ours early, which basically with the NFL trade deadline. And it's nuts right now. These trades going on. Jeff's trying to get players that I'm trying to get. There's like 5 different text message groups going on right now about trades.
Yeah, everyone's trying to.
Jeff hasn't made a move yet, and he's going to blow it and not win the championship because he just can't pull the trigger.
Craig did make a big trade. Which trade did you make?
I went all out for Zeke today. I got Zeke on my team. And our league, we can trade draft dollars. We're an auction league, so we can trade draft dollars for next year. So I went all in. And I traded our maximum amount of money, $40 for next year to get Zeke. And also I threw in Tyler Boyd. So that's a very risky move.
We also have keepers, which Boyd will be a very solid keeper.
If it doesn't go right for me and I don't win the title this year, I'm not going to win the title. Plus next year, I'm going to be looking at last place possibly with my terrible start. It's a risk.
Yeah. So, we're...
it's nuts right now.
There's only a few teams really selling. We're trying to figure out who all of us are talking. That's a lot of text.
This is why. I mean, I guess in other leagues, non-auction, you can trade draft picks, stuff like that. And this is why I think auction's the way to go. Trade draft dollars. It just gets nuts. It keeps teams involved. Yeah. Keeper leagues, just in general, keep teams involved that are out of it. If you're just in a straight up redraft, if you're one of these teams that's 1-7 right now, they're done. Yeah. Like, what's the point? This keeps everyone, even the bad teams, involved and keep going. So it's a way to do it. Keeper leagues. But didn't take my offer. Wayne, come on, man. Take my deal off the up in a second. But all right, we'll go over all that, the trade, not trades, but the trades of the day just a second. Before we do that, make sure you guys go check us out on Twitter at The Prophet. You can go to Instagram. We're a Fantasy Football Prophet there. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/fantasyfootballprophet. And you can also go help us out, support us on Patreon. We got a Patreon page now. It's patreon.com/fantasyfootballprophet. You can support it as little as $1 a month. You can just throw $1 our way if you want. Help us out. And that'd be wonderful. We'd appreciate it very much, actually. I'd take $1.
Yeah, I would love you guys. Love you even more than I already do.
So, talk about some of the deals that happened today. First one, Demaryius Thomas. Traded over to the Texans. And actually, they get to play each other this week, which is a fun little part of that story. He gets to travel all the way to play at Denver this week. So, it's going to be interesting. So, I don't know what that means for Demaryius. He might. I don't know if he's done. He hasn't been very good, really. He's up there in age now for a wide receiver and just an NFL player in general. I still think he has something in him.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win.
And the only thing I think this hurts, because it helps Courtland Sutton, which we talked about just yesterday in case this happened, that I said, Courtland Sutton, that's why he made our waiver wire show. It wasn't because of anything he had done. It was just because of the potential. This jumps up Courtland Sutton quite a bit. But it hurts Keke Coutee. I think it does a little bit. Keke Coutee, we thought was going to jump into that number 2 wide receiver role for Houston, jump into the Will Fuller role. But now Demaryius Thomas is there, and a lot of those targets are going to go that way. So if we redid our rank or waiver wire show, definitely Sutton would probably overtake Coutee now. And unless, I don't know, I think I can see that happen. Demaryius is going to get something. He's going to get some targets.
Yeah, without a doubt. It definitely hurts Keke the most, without a doubt. I mean, just assuming he was healthy, right, which is the one thing you do have to assume, he was going to be the one that benefited the most from Will Fuller going down. Demaryius coming over, definitely going to be the number 2. I think it's a win-win for the Texans, who get a solid number 2, who can be a little more of a possession guy. He's bigger than the other ones, so he's kind of a different wide receiver. I think he still has enough left in the tank, and you free up a spot for Sutton, who is obviously kind of a younger version of Demaryius in a weird way. I mean, he's 6'4", he's a big guy, great hands. He looks wonderful, but they just don't spread the ball around in that offense quite enough for him to really shine. I think he can now. I think he'll be a legitimate option.
And I think they must see that in him too. They must realize, no, he can step up there and be fully involved now.
What did do you know what? I'm trying to keep all these trades straight. Do you know what they actually got for him?
That was I can't remember. It was
that a lower one?
Yeah, it was a lower draft pick, I believe.
Okay.
Not exactly sure what it was, but it wasn't much of a, nothing crazy.
Right, probably freed up cap room.
So the other wide receiver deal was Golden Tate going to the Eagles. Lions got a third round pick, I believe.
Third round.
Which, as Lions fans, I'm actually okay with this. You trade away a 30-year-old receiver who's going to want a big contract next year, which I don't know if you'd want to throw it to. You give him that kind of deal. And this just frees up Kenny Galladay. And again, this is two situations where teams traded away their 30-year-old receiver that's going to be coming to an expiring deal because of the young guy behind him who they think can step up. And this is big for Galladay, especially after the last couple games we just talked about it too the other day. We were slightly worried. The production wasn't there. It wasn't even like his fault necessarily. He wasn't getting the targets. It was weird.
It was game flow. They want to run the ball more. I totally get it. And it doesn't take away from his talent. But once again, I think this is a great trade for both teams as well. I think the Lions, they were going to lose him next year anyway.
Yep.
They got something for him, a third-round pick, which for a building team is going to be good. Galladay can step into that situation. He'll be fine. Marvin Jones will be good. And the Eagles, I think Tate can really do something over there.
Yep. That too, because it's just Alshon, and Aguilar has not been, I don't think, what we thought he could be.
No, he definitely was not what he did last year.
Yeah.
And no one else has stepped up. And especially with Ajayi going down, it's really Ertz and Jeffries. Those guys have been booing the team. I think Tate can step in, catch a lot of balls, and get in space. And especially with how good Wentz is and accurate, I think Tate will be he'll have a better shot of definitely scoring in that offense because of how they throw in the red zone.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Tate makes a few waves in fantasy. I'm not ready to go out and get him, but I definitely can see the path of how the Eagles could use him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be really good out there. He can just step in and catch balls. He doesn't have to do much, I think he'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, right now it feels like every fantasy owner is a winner. Is there any losers in these situations?
I mean, really, it's only if you thought maybe Kiki QT could do something. And that's the thing. No one's losing out on anything because no one was using him yet. So no one has lost in this situation because Thomas wasn't doing anything. So now he has a potential
wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. You weren't using Nelson Aguilar anymore. This isn't going to affect Alshon Jeffrey. It's just not. It won't. I don't think it affects Alshon. I don't think it affects Ertz. There's just the targets are going to go to Tate that were going to other random guys. These are good deals fantasy wise for most people. And then even the next deal, which was just is smaller, is Ty Montgomery going over to Baltimore. And they just said this guy's done after that fumble. They traded him for a 2020 7th round pick. It wasn't just like we're trading for a 7th round pick next year. No, we're trading for a 7th round pick in 2 years.
What a slap in the face.
But Aaron Jones, it frees him up maybe more because now it's just Jones and Williams. It's Jones and Williams. It's not the three-headed backfield. It's just two. Yes. And you can live with that a little bit more.
And finally, I mean, we keep preaching it, and I was afraid that we were going to be
Alex
proved wrong.
Collins sucks? No,
I mean, that too, that's not going to help him. But the fact that we kept being like Aaron Jones is the guy, I swear.
Yep.
Now I think this does free him up. I don't know how many carries he still will get in an Aaron Rodgers-led offense, but it's less and less doubt. So we know all of that. Does this do anything on the Baltimore side?
Maybe.
That's the real question.
You know what? Honestly, they do not, for whatever reason, they do not want Alex Collins to run the ball, a lot. They just don't. I think Ty Montgomery can easily step in there and at least be playable. And I don't think it's going to necessarily hurt Alex Collins at all. I think he's just going to stay where he is, but he's never going to go up in carries. He's just not. It's just not going to happen.
No. Do you think that, where do you think Montgomery actually fits into this offense? Do you think he kills Buck Allen's value?
That might be more of where it is because I think he's a better player than Buck Allen.
I mean, Buck Allen, he's gotten some touchdowns and, so he's somewhat relevant.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. I think Montgomery will step in. I think he could be a better player.
And I think he's better than Alex Collins.
Who knows? Maybe,
I just think Alex Collins isn't any good.
He's going to be a new player. I mean, if they use him and he has some success, I could easily say okay, we're going to give you more work now.
Yep.
Believe me, I'm not banking on that because I don't like that backfield. But because it has been poor, and yes, Alex Collins has been a huge disappointment this year. But I will say this, I do still think running the ball, Alex Collins is better than Montgomery, but Montgomery is a better pass catcher.
Yeah. He's better all around.
Yeah.
No, he's just better.
Montgomery?
Yeah. Alex Collins sucks.
It's terrible.
Here we go. He got double digits last week in standard because he got a touchdown. 11 for 49, 11 for 38, 19 for 54, 12 for 59, 11 for 42, 18 for 68, 9 for 35, 7 for 13. This guy is terrible.
I just like to wind him up.
People didn't believe me. He's just no good. Okay, he's the 19th ranked running back right now in fantasy because he has no bye week and there's all kinds of injuries. So he hasn't had a bye week yet. Other players have been hurt and he still can only muster up a 19th spot. He's terrible. He's bad. So Ty Montgomery's going to take over this job with not knowing the offense. Maybe not, but I just hate Alex Collins.
I was just wondering. I mean,
he could.
Is Montgomery a legitimate waiver pickup?
He might be, actually. This makes me feel like
it's really messed up.
It's worth a shot if you have a spot on your bench, which right now I feel like everyone has a spot on their bench because my end of my bench, I've been just keeping it there and players kind of have been terrible because there's no one on the waiver wire. Now maybe you got Cortland Sutton. Maybe you have, and Montgomery's really low end, but Cortland Sutton at least, but maybe some crazy person released Kenny Galladay. I actually heard a couple people asking, should I pick up Kenny Galladay? I'm like,
oh my God.
Yeah, you should. Which reminds me, we should get to some listener questions.
Oh yeah, we should do that too.
So I haven't even read it. I'm just going to kind of click on it. A lot of these come from Instagram right now. So we had Joey ask us, would you drop Mike Williams or Danny Amendola? Mike Williams or Danny Amendola for Kiki QT.
Was this before
this came in just about an hour and a half ago. I think I'd still want QT over those two. I don't personally. I've heard a little bit of talk about Danny Amendola, and I just don't buy it.
No. I would say if you were going to drop one, it's Amendola. I'm trying to think of the Mike Williams. It still interests me, but I do think QT probably has more upside. Just because that Chargers offense, you kind of know what they do, and they have a lot of mouths to feed. So I don't think all of a sudden he's going to get more production than what he has. He can catch a touchdown every once in a while. You'll be happy you have him, but at least QT has more upside with, hey man, maybe they actually will use him to catch 8-10 balls, and Demaryius Thomas is going to be used in a different role than what we think. It's possible.
Wow, this guy Beck just asked me a question. Wow, there's too many quarterbacks, man. He asked, right now my quarterbacks are Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, and Baker Mayfield. I don't know if I hope he's in a 2 QB league. Doesn't tell me that. He said, Fitzmagic is on the waivers. Should I put in a claim for him or stick with these guys? I don't know.
Who are the first two? Was
Luck and Wilson. So no.
Okay.
I'd probably go Fitzpatrick over Baker. Fitzpatrick's just interesting.
Well, okay.
I find this guy interesting.
I do too. I mean, I'm in one of my leagues. I am going for. I forget that I play every league with Craig, so I'm like telling him who I'm going after. But Fitzpatrick is a good 1 week play. So if it is a 1 QB situation, yeah, drop Baker and pick up Fitz or whatever. But if it's a 2 QB league and someone's going to pick up Baker, like Fitzpatrick might not be there the week after. It's too risky right now if you need that backup. That would be the problem that I see.
Darren asks, should I pick up Jack Doyle and drop Evan Ingram? I'm not there. I'm not there
either. I think
Ingram's been slightly disappointing, but I'm not there. And I don't even know it's necessarily. He hasn't been great. He also has been injured and the team sucks. So I just team's too bad where it's.
Are you making a claim for Evans or Doyle?
For Ingram. I would still want he. It's not all on him. I just don't like.
Would you would pick up Doyle? Then?
No, I still want Ingram. I still think there's something. If they make a QB change, maybe it sparks the team.
Yeah. No, I still like Ingram as well. But Doyle came out, he looked strong. But with him and
it's with Ebron.
Yeah, Ebron there. I still don't like the situation that much.
That could be an every other week thing. You don't know which guy.
That might switch quickly.
And then also, Darren has another question. Should I trade Lamar Miller and David Njoku for David Johnson? I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that too. I'm not. I mean, everyone's kind of down on Johnson, but like we were just talking before the show here, he's still the 12th ranked running back in standard.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that many episodes back. We did a whole thing, and we were really harsh on him, but at the end we were also like, okay, we're being overly because he was still 10th, and that's how the running back situation is going. He does have a new OC. We haven't seen that paid dividends yet. But I think that he will do better by the end.
So here's another trade question from let's see here. The Wiz 15 sends us in. He would acquire Rob Gronkowski, trade away Greg Olsen and Lamar Miller. This is weird.
That's a tough one.
I don't know if I want to do this. Gronk isn't the same.
He's not Gronk right now.
It depends. It depends.
Can he turn into Gronk again? He could.
I wish I had the roster here, but it depends.
Yeah, do you need Lamar Miller?
Here we go. Okay. He also has Gurley and McCaffrey. He's using Miller as a flex. He's using Miller, so he'd upgrade Gronk over Olsen. But
if Olsen doesn't, if Olsen and Gronk stay healthy, honestly, right now I think it's more beneficial to have Miller in the flex. I can't believe I'm saying this, than to have Gronk at tight end, because right now he's not producing that much more than Olsen. He's not scoring touchdowns.
Yep.
And Olsen, 2 touchdowns in the past 2 games that he's played?
Yep.
I have a hard time with that one. And it's very difficult because Gronk is by far the most talented player of those 3, but he's not playing that way right now.
He isn't. No.
So if you're going to do that, you're taking a leap of faith. So you just have to make up your mind whether or not that's worth it.
If you have another player that can easily step into your flex spot, I think I take the risk and go for Gronk. Okay. I just don't know what he has on his team to step in. I would say in general, if you have a player, a lot of this is I would take risk. Like I would take a risk on David Johnson. I would take a risk on Gronk that they become what they have been before. If you can take that risk and not hurt yourself too much, if it doesn't work out, you don't want to kill your team for it. So
and if Lamar Miller is your number 3 and you don't really have a running back behind that, I would keep him because one injury derails your whole season.
Yep. So here we go. Another question here says he just picked up Jack Doyle from waivers, so he's Jack Doyle now. Everyone's into Jack Doyle right now. And what he's looking to do is, would you trade Rob Gronkowski? So it's Jack Doyle, Rob Gronkowski.
The same names.
For Demaryius Thomas. No. I don't know. I don't think I'd do that because I don't know what Thomas will be with Houston. He hasn't been very good, and I don't know if he just...
Yeah, speaking of a leap of faith.
But we'll throw out the rest of the roster here.
Okay.
So he has Julio, but he lost Will Fuller. After that, D.D. Westbrook, Taylor Gabriel, Traquan Smith.
Oof.
So maybe you have to do that.
I know. I'm not sold on Doyle yet. That's my
I'm not either, but
issue.
Okay. Would you... Man, that's tough. No, I don't think I can do it. I think you need a Gronk type player. No, I can't do that.
I can't. Yeah, I don't think I could. No, this is the issue, though, right?
Because I don't know what Thomas is.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that without seeing at least one game in Houston.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if that trade would go away after that.
Yep.
I mean, how many times have you seen an older player go somewhere and he just? I mean, I have no doubt that Thomas will catch on to the playbook and everything, but maybe he just isn't on the same page as Watson or something. Like I don't know.
How about this? Would you, if you had Dak Prescott as your quarterback, would you drop him to pick up Fitzpatrick to play this week? Fitzpatrick or Dak Prescott?
Playing just this week?
This week. Because he has Luck and Wentz.
I would do Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I would too. There's the potential upside is so much more.
I like him so much more. I mean, the biggest issue is if he throws... I don't know how short of a leash he has, right? So if he throws 2 interceptions in the first half, will they yank him? Maybe.
It's possible.
But I'm willing to take that risk because I don't think he will. I think he'll put up more points than Prescott.
So, actually, I messaged the Wiz, or the trade before, where he was looking at trading Gronk there. And what was he? I can't remember what he was getting now. I wish I remember.
Demaryius?
Yeah. Or no, that was the other day. What was he getting for Gronk? Lamar Miller?
Oh, he was trading Lamar Miller and...
Or no, he was getting Lamar Miller. It was getting Lamar Miller and somebody. And we said I would look at doing it if... Or you're getting... Was it? Yeah, get Gronk, trade away Lamar Miller and Greg Olsen.
Yeah, that's right. Olsen and Lamar for...
So
Gronk.
What he would do if he traded away Lamar to get Gronk, he would then throw in Doug Martin as flex. I think I'd do it. Doug Martin, I think, is similar to Lamar Miller. Similar. Yeah, I'm doing it. I like Doug Martin. I think I like the way he looked on Sunday, except for the fumble, which slightly worries me, and especially sometimes with an old school coach like Gruden. Is that like he never saw the field after the fumble? They were down though. They were down 7. Going down the field, and he fumbles, and the game's done.
I'm usually not a huge Miller guy, but I don't think anyone is in that backfield that can challenge him right now. He's playing the best football I've seen him play in a long time. I'm not going to do it because I don't think Gronk is a big enough upgrade over Olsen.
So, Ultimate 12th E. Brown, he's been trying to trade away Juju Smith for a while. He keeps asking us. We talked about this, I think, a week ago. He just received a trade offer. He would trade away Juju and Dalvin Cook for Josh Gordon and Deshaun Jackson. No.
No.
Don't trade.
No. I like Juju better than Gordon.
I don't know. He wants to trade Juju for some reason.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. Keep Juju unless you get a really good offer.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, just keep him. Don't worry about it. Just keep him. Yeah, I can't. No,
especially that trade. I don't like that trade at all.
No, I just...
Yeah, I don't mind you trading Juju as long as you're getting, good value for it. Something you need.
So here's a start sit question actually from Bryce. He needs to start one running back, one flex. So his running backs, Melvin Gordon, what? Yeah. Okay. No, it's not. Josh Gordon. So
I was like, Melvin Gordon starts, all right.
Mark Ingram, McCoy, Breida. Ingram. I'm going Ingram. I'm going Ingram over McCoy. Are you not though?
Oh no, I am. I'm trying to figure out. There was one wide receiver in there for the flex position.
But first, I got this. That's you're gonna pick Ingram.
Yeah. I pick Ingram. Yeah.
So now for flex, McCoy, Breida, Josh Gordon, Doug Baldwin.
I'd go Josh Gordon actually.
So Ingram and Gordon.
Yeah. I mean that one's close. The flex position is.
I think I lean that way because I just don't trust McCoy.
No, I don't either. I mean he has actually put up some, and I say decent games in spite of that offense. Oh my gosh, man. I've seen that guy get buried in the backfield so many times. Their offense is just awful.
So here's a trade from Alexander. He would trade Julio Jones and Adam Thielen to get Melvin Gordon, Odell Beckham, and Austin Eckler. So don't worry about Eckler. Julio and Thielen for Gordon and Beckham. I would do it. As good as Adam Thielen's been, I'm doing it.
Yes, I would too. Yeah, Melvin Gordon has been that good.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very fair offer, but I would do it. So yeah, here's another trade. I was just offered. Let's see, Cass. He was offered Diggs and Aaron Jones, so he'd get Stephon Diggs and Aaron Jones for Mike Evans.
No, as crazy as that is, I mean, unless you're...
Okay, I'm looking at his running back situation here. This is where he might be looking to do it. Oh, wow. He has a lot of good players. I mean, a wide receiver. He also would be able to start then. He also has Julio. So he'd start Julio, Brandon Cooks, and Diggs at that point. But his running backs right now are TJ Yeldon, Latavius Murray, and Kenyon Barner. Yeah.
Huh?
That's pretty ugly.
I was going to say, I thought you said he had good players.
No, wide receiver-wise was good.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd do it. I think Aaron Jones, I think as much as he hasn't done anything, I believe in it a little bit. I think I would do it.
Well, he's Isn't he the one trying to trade Diggs and?
No, he's trying to get Diggs and Jones.
Oh, yeah, I would do that.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I don't think Diggs is that much worse than Evans, to be honest. I do worry about Diggs will be a little up and down, but I think Evans, depending on this quarterback situation and how it kind of works out, because you saw he kind of failed down the stretch, and right now I don't know for sure if Fitzpatrick is going to be the guy, which I think he's kind of better with Fitzpatrick at times.
So Ultimate 12th E Brown, another question he just asked. I think this is the rest of the season. Who would we like better, Cooper Kupp or Emmanuel Sanders? It's actually pretty close.
It is close. Two guys that if you had to lean one way, which would you? And no, sad enough.
I think I have to lean Sanders because of the injury. But if it wasn't for the injury, I'd go Kupp.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and now with Thomas out there, Sanders has to he's the target. It's not going to all go to Thomas.
I don't think he can go up.
No, he's going to be similar.
I think Kupp he just has more touchdown.
If Kupp was healthy, I'd like to go that way.
Yeah.
But I think I have to say Sanders. I think that's where I go on that one. But
I don't know. Supposedly Kupp is coming back this week.
Yeah.
I would stick with that.
Yeah. There. That's going to do it for listener questions this week. There's probably more. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everybody, but keep asking them. We'll answer as much as we can, as we'll actually record tomorrow. If we get a couple questions, probably throw a couple questions out there tomorrow night as well. And just keep asking on, Instagram, Twitter, email us, all of that. We'll be able to get back to you guys. So we will talk to you tomorrow.